Hello there, everybody. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC. Celebrate year number 15 of computer training and more that comes to you. For more information, Sparkles! 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 Be quiet. Let's try this again. Ooh. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello there, everybody. Wait. Hello there, everybody. Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC. Celebrating year number 15 of computer training, more that comes to you. For more information, make sure to check out all the links in the description. And we are going to go ahead and get to the matter at hand. Let me first say I sincerely apologize because when I looked at the video again, I thought all the steps for the mail merge as far as from Excel to Word was on there, but I found out that the last part was not. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh goodness, okay, let me go ahead and remedy this. So I'm going to be doing that now. If you have any questions after this, make sure to get in contact with me. And again, all the information is in the description. Going from Excel to Word as far as mail merging is concerned, as a review, is different than if you're going to do it from Access to Word. This is where in Excel, all the information from this example that you see here is going to be imported, which means the information is going to come from a source, which is here in Excel, going into Word. And you're going to see what I'm talking about. Because as you can see here, as far as all the tabs, as I quickly go through them, with also all the groups, which you will see shortly, there isn't, let me go back to here real quick. There isn't an area in which there can be any exporting, meaning coming from Excel going into Word. And you're going to check in these other tabs and groups as we go along. And as you can see again, it is not there. So this is where we're going to be going from Word, and we're going to bring this information into Word. Let me also mention, secondly, that everything is made up. If there's anything here, it's pure coincidence. Even some of the street names are wrong. So again, everything is made up for demonstration purposes. So going to come out of here real quick. And let's get into this quick review of Word as far as doing the mail merge. As you can see, I'm in the Word document and I'm going into mailings because this is the area where you'll be doing the word merge, or the merging as far as doing the mail merge task. So click on the mailings tab, go to the Start Mail Merge option in the Start Mail Merge group, and you have your choice of either doing letters, email messages, envelopes, labels, and a directory. Anybody who's doing this for the first time or is not versed in it, I always suggest and I always recommend, make sure that you go by the step-by-step mail merge wizard. That way you can start the process of becoming familiar with it. The document type to be used, again, you have your choice of letters, email messages, envelopes, labels, and directory. In this example, we're going to use the letters. And we're going to go to the next step, which is selecting the document. Do I want to use a current document, start from a template, or start from an existing document? So what I'm going to do, since this is the current document, I'm going to start from here. The next step I'll need to do is select recipients. Do I want to use an existing list? Do I want to select from Outlook? Or do I want to type a brand new list altogether? I'm going to bring in the information from Excel. So I'm going to browse and find out where this document is. And give me just a moment so that I can do that quickly. Let's see, here we go. And it's showing me I have two options. I have previewed this before, so I know to go to this option that has a $sign behind it. In case you run into a situation in which more than one option is brought forth, feel free to double check to make sure you're bringing or choosing the table in this case. And that's what it's called here in the mail merge function. You're choosing the right table that has the correct information. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to check it again to make sure that it contains the correct information, which it does. I can sort this if I want. I can filter out what I need and don't need. If there are any duplicates, I can try to find those. If there's a specific recipient, that's what the listings are called here in mail merge, the recipients, or if I want to validate the addresses. I'm seeing that everything is okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's showing down here that I'm choosing the list that I brought in from Excel, which means I imported that information. I brought the information in to be used in Word from Excel. So the next step I want to do is write the letter. I can use an address block if I want to. What I mean by an address block is how you see envelopes or your letters coming in, and any letters addressed to you is formatted a certain way on the envelope. That's an example of an address block. I can bring in the greeting lines if I wanted to. If I have electronic postage or the capability to do so, I have that choice. And any other items I would like to choose to do, I can. I can insert the fields that I need from here if I want. I'm not going to, because for this demo, I'm going to insert all the merge fields from this insert made merge field area, which is located inside the write and insert fields group. So mailings tab, write and insert fields group, then insert merge field. I'm going to copy paste a letter that I had used, but I'm going to take out some of the information because I need to show the steps when before what you just saw me do a copy paste of. In other words, I want to show you how I got to formatting the letter the way it is, or the way it had looked. So what I did was I inserted the fields that I needed. I need the title. I needed the first name. I needed the last name and space. I needed the hospital or clinic. I needed the address. I needed the city, the state, and the zip code, or what I have here, ZC. Bring the space up a little bit. Subject matter in regards to patient letters. Dear, and then the title, and then the last name. And that's how I got to this step right here. What I'm doing in this step in the preview results group, and where this ABC is with the double arrows, I'm previewing the results to make sure that they are correct. Always check along the way, especially when you get to a point where you're doing like a large volume of letters or emails or labels or whatever the case may be. Sometimes 200. I have, back in the corporate world, there were times I did like 300 or 400, letters using mail merge. And there was also a time when you had to type all of this out, if anybody remembers those days. So mail merge, believe me, makes it a lot easier and takes less time than doing 200 individually typed letters that had to be spelled correctly, no matter what. So again, for those who remember those days, what I did was I went to the end of what's called a record here in the mail merge function. So I went to the end of my list by clicking the arrow with a line in it. If I want to go to the beginning without having to click one record at a time, click this arrow with the line going up and down, and I'm back to the beginning. The next step that comes after that will be to complete the merge. So I can additionally check all the recipients here to make sure I have the correct recipient's address, everything that I needed for the letter, and all of that. So I have two areas in which I can check this. I can either check it from here or I can check it from here. If I find out everything has been checked, I go on to the final step, which is finishing it up. I can either do it here in the mailings tab, the finish group, and then finish and merge. I can edit individual documents, print documents to the printer, or send email messages. I can also, in this area, edit individual letters if I want. I already have that up, so I'm about to show it to you at this time. And again, this is the part that was left out, but I'm going to make sure that it's in here because I don't want to leave out any steps. So here we are with all the letters in a new document, because what will happen is if you click edit letters, it's going to open up a whole new document. So this is the result of this here. And as you can see, I'm going all the way down, and I do have all of the letters. Now, it comes a time, and there are times when sometimes you forget something, or sometimes there's some information that needs to be added. Now, I did something here, and I used as a scenario. Let's say it was discovered that two of the doctors, though they've gotten the notice that they needed to send the change patient letters out before a certain date, it was discovered that they didn't send a change of doctor letters either. So we, in the example from the previous video, made sure to add that line and also whatever else needed to be added. So that was done for this letter, and that was done for that letter. I always say, I may sound like a scratch record, but I want to make sure I still say it. Always check along the way. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, because things can happen, but time management is vital in this, because you want to make sure you have the time that after the steps are completed, you can move on to whatever the next task is going to be. let's use as a final scenario for this. Let's say it was discovered that, let's see, Dr. Fareed forgot to include in his changed patient letters, and also it was found that Dr. Banks also did this as well. Again, made up names. They forgot to mail out the change of doctor letters, but they also forgot to inform who their replacement doctors will be. So let's just say we needed to add this line. We thank you and we miss you. Let's go to the next line. I'll just add it here. Oh, it works out okay. Additionally, please inform the support coordinator when you have to know how to spell a word. Here we go. See, please inform the support coordinator. I like to sound out as I'm typing. Method to the madness, as I mentioned also before. Additionally, please inform the support coordinator the name of the doctor who will be taking over as soon as possible so we can update our records. Let me do a copy paste. Because sometimes when doing these mail merges, sometimes some information could come up that it wasn't intended to be left out, but it had to be included in the letter, but not all the letters needed that additional information. So I'm just using that as a scenario. Will you always run into this? No, but in case you ever do run into this, this is an idea of what to do in that case. So we double checked, we made sure everything is how it is, how it's supposed to be, and all of that. And when it comes to that step, we are all set to print. I had mentioned in the previous video, as far as if you need to print in range, let me go back to that real quick because I want to make sure everything is clear. I want to go back to, I believe it is either step 4 or step 5. Let's see. Actually, it's the final step. So we're not going to physically, because the example of it was shown, but we're going to pretend here because I want to make a point that does need emphasis, and that is this. Before going into the new document, I had my choice of either selecting all the records, that's what this is called, all the letters, the current record or the current letter, or from a range, let's say from the second letter to the seventh letter. Now, if you want to, let's say you have 20 letters that have to be sent out, but you don't need to print all 20. You need to print probably 1 to 5, the 7th letter, the 10th letter, and the 15th letter. Now, you do not have that option here. It's only a straight range. If you need to do that, when you get to the individualized letters, Then you can select a range like that. You cannot do that here because this function won't allow you to do so. A lot of people always have questions about this part. So I want to make sure that that question is answered. So can you do that? No, you can't do that here. You have to do that from the print function when you're ready to print everything. And then you can select specified ranges and individual printouts that you need in order to do that. I hope that was helpful for everybody. And I thank you very much. Make sure you spread the word. Make sure you subscribe and also click on the bell notification so you'll know when I have more videos coming. Again, Amber Hawkins, your computer needs a Toledo LLC, celebrating year number 15 of computer training and more that comes to you. Everyone take care and remember, be safe. Bye-bye.